Okay, what's up guys? You know who it is, and if you're tuning in for the first time, my name is Brad. I am the owner of a small BMX shop called RPO BMX Boutique in northeastern Pennsylvania, and on this channel I like to do a lot of bike checks, bike builds, whether they're shop builds that I'm selling, friends bike builds that I like, or just personal builds that I like to show. I think it's a great channel just to check out some cool BMX builds, and that's what I'm here to bring you. And these cold winters come around, content gets a little low, so maybe you guys enjoy mine, and if you don't, you don't. But if you do, here's something for you guys to check out, and I'll try to stay steady with them throughout the winter. Right here we have a bike that I've been really excited to build up. They just got these in at one of my distributors, Tip Plus. These are the Stranger Yumi frames, known as the Stranger Yumi Sex Chocolate frame. It's an awesome frame, definitely designed for the style of riding that Yumi does and a lot of the Stranger guys do. And if you want to check them out, you can just look up Stranger Bikes, Stranger BMX on YouTube. Look up 22 Crew BMX on YouTube. There are also, a lot of guys that do ride for Stranger. They're located in Switzerland, but they have like a very, very unique style that I just find impressive. I find it refreshing. So let me get into this build here. The one thing I did want to say is the parts are all new, aside from the McNeil seat and post, which I found in this off-white color with brown stitching that just matched perfectly. And I did have the 9.5-inch Stephen August come-over bars, which I am a huge fan of, but those do sell out really quick, so I found a pair of 9.5s that would fit this build. I do have the 8.9 come-over bars in stock, but I didn't think they would fit this build quite as well with a front load stem, being that it is dropped, so I wanted to stick to 9.5 bars. So let's get into the parts here. We have some bar ends made by RPO BMX. I found some older bar ends, and then I had them powder coated in a bronze chrome color, and they're alloy. They're pretty cool. It's just something I like to do for some of my for some of the builds. These are the Primo Cali grips, Michael Harcus signature grips. They came out a few years back. They're a little extra long, extra soft, and they have some cool little California palm trees on the end. The bars, these are the Federal drop bars. If you want to know what bars Joe Jarvis rides the Federal drop bars, and these are a 9.5 rise with a 29-inch width. Moving forward, we have one of the coolest parts, I think, on this bike is the Mickey Fleck front load stem, called the Metal Mickey stem in polished. This is a CNC stem, solid block. Don't think it's ever going to break, and if you've ever seen Mickey ride, you know that I guess you could say he means business when it comes to grinding and just doing everything as hard as possible. And if this stem holds up for him, I'm sure it's gonna hold up well for you guys too. It also has a little recess in here which fits perfectly because one of his sponsors is Primo. The stem is actually United, but he's also United is his frame sponsor and Primo is his parts sponsor. That's Mickey I'm referring to. Yumi is sponsored by Stranger and Primo. Primo and Stranger are under the same umbrella. Stranger makes the frames, Primo does the parts. They're basically the same company though. And there's a history behind Stranger and Primo that I'll get into on another video. A lot of you guys probably aren't familiar with as how awesome Primo used to be back in the day when I was younger, but that's another time for another story. Okay, headset. Not sure what headset it is, but I did find a really nice black cap. I didn't want to cut the forks at all because I found that with the drop stem it just all kind of fit perfectly. And these are the Primo HD forks. They have a 13mm steep offset with an invest cast dropout and a nice little slot for a peg. If you do watch Yumi ride, Yumi does a lot of front end tricks, a lot of nose actually I want to say nose tricks, but not like nose wheelies, but more like G-turn type of stuff. And that's kind of, I believe, why, and a lot of the Stranger guys have that steep fork here. 13mm is steep. I like to usually stick to around a 25. But if you've ever seen Yumi ride, you'd understand. As well as the 13.4 back end, which seems a little long, but if you've ever seen his style of riding, he does a lot of jibs, a lot of tricks. He hits his pegs on a lot of things. So this space back here allows him to hit his peg on different, different concrete, metal, whatever, without worrying too much about hitting his pedal, especially on both sides. So that's why I do think they have a little bit of a longer back end. It's not because they ride a lot of transition or anything like that. I just think it allows them to do their style of riding a lot easier. And it is okay for transition as well, but I know you might think it's kind of backwards. What's with the steep end and the long back, steep front end, long back end, but I hope I explained that as well as possible. We have an 11.8 inch high bottom bracket, which is pretty high. So like I said, they don't do a lot of aerial tricks. The Stranger guys, they do a lot of like unique jib style tricks. So I don't think they need as much stability for going high off the ground as, not that they don't, but they just don't need it quite as much. I'm still trying to figure out the seat height thing. I mean, it does make it nice for pull-up bars, and like I said, I don't know, the 22 crew guys, you'll see some of them have their seats up real high, and they're super awesome to watch. Check them out on YouTube, 22 crew, like I said before, and I'm not sure about the high seat. I guess it's just kind of a fad thing, like it comes in BMX and goes. Alright, did the forks. Now let's go to the drivetrain. Beautiful drivetrain. I've been waiting to put this together for a while. These are the rose gold Stevie Churchill cranks, 24 millimeter. They come full with a Primo 24 millimeter bottom bracket, which is awesome. You don't have to pay that extra for the bottom bracket. And we have a full guard Primo Griffin stem, which I really like this stem. I like it in polished. I have it on one frame in polished, and I have it here in black. I just think it's just so clean looking. And the pedals, Primo turbo pedals, Connor Keating's pedals. I'm not sure if you guys know this, but Connor, who just came out with his new handlebars, he's no longer on Stranger or Primo. I'm not sure what he's doing, but his pedals are nice. They're light. People complain they break a lot, during crank arm grinds, which Connor, said they're specifically designed for because they do butt right up against the crank arm. So I've never had any issues with them, but then again, I don't do anything crazy like crank arm grinds like that. But someone let me know in the comments. Tell me what you think about them. Most people, if you're going for looks, I think they look great. If you're going for functionality, I have a few other pedals I would recommend prior. Now let's get to the matching hub set with the wheels. Oh, chain. I have a Fly Tractor chain. Probably the smoothest chain I've ever ridden. I mean, this thing, when I throw it on something with my planetary hub and I go to spin it, that thing just goes. It's like almost like a free coaster, and it was as a result of the switch in the chain, because I had a different chain on there prior. So I know that this Fly Tractor chain, I will give. They're not one of my distributors. I'm not a BMX medical doctor. I don't know, what they did special, but I do like it. And I do vouch for it. So it's the Fly Tractor chain. I don't carry them, unfortunately. Fly is difficult. Come to me, I'll just say that. So in the back, we have a Primo Balance hub in rose gold, matching the cranks, laced. It's a left-hand drive cassette, laced to a Cinema 333 rim that I had re-powder coated black and laced up with all new spokes. E-Claw amp inner tubes, which have this cool little thing that looks like a Presta valve, but it's not. It's a Schrader valve. And I throw some white Cinema valve caps on there. It's all about the details. Front, we have, which is also super cool. I'm going to flip this sucker around for you guys. Okay. So, in the front, we have an N4FL hub in the same rose gold as the black and the cranks, which looks fantastic. And I added, which Primo doesn't make anymore. The N4FL hubs come usually with a plastic. Sorry about the with plastic hub guards. These are actually alloy one-piece hub guards, which I think are great. They come in white and black. I chose to put the black ones on here, but yes, those are metal. So we have metal on the front. The back ones are plastic, but they fit very well, and it's a very solid plastic. I've never heard anyone complain about it. As far as frame, you will get a sticker sheet that comes with it. I chose not to put any of those on. And for pegs, the ones I would recommend if you're gonna go plastic, Primo on some shit pegs. They come with a nice wax block in them. If you buy 4, you're gonna get 4 wax blocks. Or something like this. This is something more like Yumi would ride, or like the Fit OG peg, something like an Animal Team peg, which is just a really strong, solid peg. And as I said earlier, you know, the weight does get up. I think this is around 26 pounds, and I tried to lighten it up with the rims and the cassette, but just the stem, it's just it's a heavy bike, the solid guard sprocket, and that's just the way it is. Those guys don't go too high. They like the metal pegs, so that's what it is. If you need any more particulars, I can give you that. And for the wheels, I did have on I tried a couple. I tried the Primo wall tires, which come like I think in a 2.3 or something, but they were really skinny, and I wasn't a big fan of the look of them, and they were also heavy. So I tried out these Primo Nate Richter tires, which are discontinued. These are some of the coolest tires, I think, designed by Primo, especially in the era when, you know, people were kind of hating on them. And I think Nate, shout out Nate Richter, he did a hell of a job, you know, designing this tire. As you can see, it has a pretty cool hot stamp right here. It says Primo here. These are 20 by 2.4. The tires are light. They have an excellent grip. I'll show it up close in the final video. And that's about it for now. Also, the forks, they fit the flush into the Mickey Flex metal Mickey stem, which, like I said, is CNC'd front load. I do have these in the shop. I have these Federal drop bars. As I said earlier, if you're wondering what bars Joe Jarvis rides, these are the bars of his choice. I put these on as a result of selling out of the 9.5 come over bars, but as I said, I do have the 8.9s. And I hate to use this channel for promotion, because I just want you guys to check BMX stuff out, but you know, I'm gonna use it for what I can. It's the holidays, and maybe I have some things that you guys may want, you know, for siblings or friends or loved ones that I may have and you can't find. So not, like I said, not here to get rich. No one's getting rich off BMX, I'll tell you that right now, but I am living a rich life. So, and I'm enjoying, you know, doing this. I love BMX. I love you know, what you can do with it. It's constantly evolving, and I do what I can to keep, you know, there's politics in BMX just like everything else, but I do my best to keep my peace and to believe everyone is deep down good, especially people in this industry, because it is so small. I mean, BMX is just really, it's really small. It's small. We're our own crew, and to divide amongst ourselves is just stupid, in my opinion. And I see it a lot. I see people, oh, I don't like this brand. We don't have a whole lot of brands when it comes to BMX, so I like all of them. And I like everyone that's trying to make this better. And I don't think any brands that come out or any brands that are new are trying to put anyone out of business, because there's really no large business to be put out of. So enjoy it. Enjoy your bikes. It's not about money. People aren't out to get you when they're selling stuff. I'd also like to do a video on, you know, proper selling on Marketplace and on Facebook. And I will give a quick shout out to the guy that started BMX Sickness on Facebook, because I think that is a perfect example of a BMX group that, you know, he's pretty strict on the rules. When you don't follow the rules, he lets you know. You're supposed to put the prices down. Don't make people say, how much, or say, hey, I'm selling this, make an offer. People, I hate that. I hate when someone says make an offer, because you have no idea what they're looking for. Put a price down, or say, hey, somewhere in between here and here. Obviously, the person's going to go to the lowest price, but at least they'll have an idea of what you're selling what for. And I'm not going to get too much into that now. Hope you like my build. The Yumi Sukata, I'm about to take it for a test ride with Yogi. Yogi's my dog, for those of you that don't know. And we go for rides every day instead of walks. And we're going to see how this thing feels, man, with these specs. So hope you guys are having a good day. Hope you're able to watch the video, unwind a little bit from the work day, and I'm going to try to get a little shop edit in that just shows kind of some of the stuff I have available in the shop, some of the bikes available, and some of the sales I'm going to be having up until Christmas, because those who have lasted this long on the video, I want you to know when it comes to shipping, and BMX distributors know this, shipping increases very much closer to the holidays. So the sooner you're able to order and get whatever products you want, the lower that shipping is going to cost. And I believe that's going to start right around the 15th of this month when those things start skyrocketing, especially like overnights and whatnot. So plan ahead, be prepared, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you didn't, oh well. Have a good day. I'm going to get a couple up close to this, and I am going to get a microphone. This is my last video, microphone free. I apologize. It might not be my last one microphone free, but one of the last ones. There's that metal Mickey headset. Fits in there perfectly. Primo hub. Thank you for watching, guys. I am out.